comes to fire danger, dry fuels are one ingredient. Warm and windy days mean more danger. Meteorologist Lauren Brand is joining us now to talk about the role weather plays in our fire threat. Lauren.
Well, Diane, I do want to remind everybody of what a red flag warning is. So like Bill was saying, we are going to be looking for those strong winds. We likely see some lower humidity values, and those dry fuels will really start to play a role, especially this time of year. We do see an increase in these red flag warnings, and it's more so those grass fires that we have to worry about. And the speed of these wildfires are also affected by that. So let me move out of the way here really quick. But the speed, we look for the spotting that can carry downwind of fires. That fuel type that Bill was talking about, we will likely see more dry fuel going into this fall season, and those weather conditions too, like I just said. So those gusty wind conditions and those low humidity values, and even some heat in there, which is kind of what we're experiencing right now. And the topography can also play a factor in this. That steep terrain can also help to fuel these fires. But let's take a look at that drought monitor right now. So there's two areas of concern right now. There's one just north of Denver. That's where we're seeing the most severe conditions, and also out towards the plains as well. There's gonna be more grasses out there as well. And since we haven't had that much rain out there, we could likely see a few grass fires here and there, but we'll be sure to keep you updated here at News 5. Diane. Well, welcome back, and thanks for joining us. We're taking a look at the current conditions right now in Colorado Springs. We're looking towards Pikes Peak right now. We're starting to see that cloud cover really come into play here. We could still see some mountain showers as we go into the evening hours, but we will be staying clear along I-25 and the plains. We aren't likely to be getting any rain today, but as for right now, 85 degrees here in the Springs, though it feels a little bit cooler out there. It definitely feels like it is on the drier side, though. Temperatures elsewhere, though, we're sitting at 90 degrees down in Pueblo. We're sticking with those 80s everywhere else along I-25 except for Monument because of that little bit of a higher elevation up there. But as for the mountains, 90 degrees for Canyon City, 75 for Woodland Park, and over towards the plains we're going to be in those 90s right now. Now we did see some record-breaking temperatures yesterday, so these were what those high temperatures were yesterday. So Colorado Springs, Pueblo, and Alamosa all saw record-breaking temperatures, and that is from that high-pressure system that was kind of parked over the state, and that will continue on as we go into this upcoming weekend and into next week. This is what the drought monitor is currently looking like. So we're seeing the most severe conditions out towards the state line between Colorado and Kansas right now, so near Lamar and Springfield, and then up north of Denver is the other place that we've been watching in terms of those more severe conditions with that drought monitor. So this is what radar is currently looking like right now. So we are seeing those mountain showers popping up. They are very scattered and very isolated. They are pretty small, and likely we won't really see any make their way off the mountains and onto I-25. And if we do, it will likely evaporate before it gets to the surface. So this is what your evening planner is going to be looking like. We're going to be sticking with some partly cloudy conditions going into the 6 p.m. hour, but we'll start to cool down into those 70s. We'll eventually get into those lower 60s by the time we get to 10 p.m., and we'll stick with those mostly clear conditions going throughout the night. This is what those lows are going to look like for us here in southern Colorado. So 53 for the Springs, just a degree warmer for Pueblo, and Canyon City will be kind of a warm night for you guys, 57 degrees, and 47 for Woodland Park, which is a little bit on the warmer side for you guys. As for the upcoming week ahead, Colorado Springs, we're going to be 82 degrees for your Saturday. We're going to be warming up slightly going into Sunday. We're going to have a little bit less cloud cover, and going into Monday, we're going to continue to warm up. We could be right around that record. That record right now is 87, so we could potentially tie that. Looking at your Saturday, though, this is what your hour by hour is going to look like. We'll eventually get into those lower 80s by the afternoon hours. And then going into Tuesday, we do have a potential cool down. Now, those numbers could definitely change because the models aren't in too much of agreement right now, but I still think we're going to see a little bit of a cool down. Going into Wednesday, we're going to be around 84 degrees, and going into the following weekend, we could potentially see another cool down. Now for Pueblo, we're going to be 87 degrees for tomorrow. A little bit of a warmer day, but we could pick up some breezy conditions in there. Again, warming up Sunday and all the way into Monday. That record right now is 94 degrees. Canyon City, 83 for tomorrow. Warming up again on Sunday. Eventually, we're going to potentially push into those 90s. And for Woodland Park, we're going to be stuck in those 70s.